Hello and welcome to my den. I'm Kane Lowind, and today we are going to be playing through Dark Souls. I think average is good. Commoner, why not? There aren't many options for long hair, even as a female character. It's a little disappointing, really. I think I'll go with straight B. And then color, of course, jet black. No, I think that's all good. It's always easy to forget how little customization there is in Dark Souls 1. I don't know how much of the intro I'm going to keep in. I might, because I'll probably be cutting around a lot for this series. That is a horrifying looking dragon. Does it even have eyes? It's hard to tell. I've never looked too much into mods for this game. I don't know if there are any Kitsune mods for this. I know that there aren't any for Elden Ring. That was disappointing to find out. Nobody wants to go as crazy as Skyrim likes to go. But with so many skulls, it's hard to tell which one's his actual face. How many Daughters of Chaos are there? Like, I think Quelaag is one of them. Quaylana, I believe, is one of them. Bed of Chaos, I think, is a son. Yeah, I think I remember reading that somewhere that the Bed of Chaos was the only son that the Witch of Izalith had or something. Or it could be wrong. I was going to try to go for Moonlight Greatsword, but Moonlight Greatsword you have to cut off Seath's tail, and I just can't get that done. I've tried. I tried countless times to cut off Seath's tail, and I just could not do it. It's like, that thing is resilient. The dark sign is such a weird thing. It's brought up in the intro, and then it never feels significant again, like, in the slightest. It's like kind of disappointing.
Is your fate.
Got skin and bones. Even though it's sometimes a waste of humanity, I like to have hollowing reversed in this game just because of this. It's like, seeing the character like this just kind of makes me some combination of uncomfortable and kind of sad to look at. Okay. When do you get to level up in this game for the first time? I forget. Oh, you could see the Asylum Demon up there if you look up. Interesting. Yeah, since I chose the black fire bombs to start, I could use that against the Asylum Demon and actually kill him really easily. Because I think 10 black fire bombs is just enough to kill him right away. But I just don't want to. So, yeah. Okay, flank shield. Cool. I'm not using it. I wonder if this is the guy on the box art. Because he's got the box art armor.
We're both undead.
I like how this guy talks normally and, like, kind of
An Estus Frost,
like
an undead favorite.
early modern English. And he has to switch to Middle English for the thing he was telling us. I don't know if you have to pass by a certain spot or what, but, or maybe it's, yeah. It might be distance-based. He literally offs himself, and you get 100 souls for it. God, I tell you, like, there's only ever one particular part of this game that I'm never looking forward to, and that's the Capra Demon. What? The club does that much damage to this thing? Wow. Okay. I'm not paying attention to my model. I wonder, like, what kind of facial expressions it's catching me do fighting this thing. Okay. There we go. I was like, where are the souls it's supposed to give me? Like, boss souls sometimes are weirdly delayed in this game. I feel like at this point, Lordran is probably one of the most iconic, like, video game locations ever. Definitely not the most, but, like, it's gotta be up there. So let's see here. Because I want to get myself up to the point that I can use the Artorias Greatsword first, and then I can try to go for the Moonlight Greatsword stats afterward. So I need 13 more strength, 7 more dex, and 9 more int and faith for the Artorias Greatsword. And it's too bad that my model mostly... I don't have a whole lot of expressions for this thing, so my model is mostly just smiling this whole time. Oh. Just swinging at me normally would have done more damage. The fact that I can do this jump as reliably as I can is kind of surprising, because I'm not, like, that good at this game. I'm still not fully sure how exactly I'll edit all of this, but I'm excited to do it. Because editing is fun, just intimidating. I'm never sure exactly what I want to include, how I want to do certain things. And, like, you know, if I want to use clips and stuff, I don't always know what, like, where certain clips are from, and they can be surprisingly hard to find. You know, like the clip, that, like, meme clip you see around of, like, that dude, like, with his head exploding or whatever. It wasn't until just a couple years ago I learned that was from the movie Scanners. I've still never even seen Scanners. I only knew that clip. That's one example. So, yeah. Okay. What is... Wait, what is that? I don't think I've ever seen this. Have I? I don't remember. Oh, that's just a humanity. Why do I remember that being something else? Alright. Okay. Large Soul of Lost Undead. Or was it just Soul of Lost Undead? I admittedly was paying a lot of attention. Souls of Lost Undead and Large Soul of Lost Undead are actually not super worth it to use, I learned. Because you can just... There's something else you can do with them later that's actually more worthwhile than just using them normally. It's the only ones like that, because any other soul, like, variation... Any other soul items like those, if you do what I'm talking about with them, it's just a loss, but... Because you're just getting less out of it, but Soul of Lost Undead and Large Soul of Lost Undead You're probably better off just saving those for later. You don't have to, of course, just do whatever you want, but I'm just saying if you hang on to them, there'll be something much more worthwhile that you can do with them. There's a bonfire right here, I may as well light it. Yo, like, the club is actually surprisingly powerful in this. I'm so used to dex builds in this game that I'm like actually kind of surprised at how much of a difference strength makes. Whoa. Let's see, why was I about to say obedience key? Residence key, bottomless box. And you also saw some basic weapons. Reinforced club that in the long run is probably worse than the regular club because the regular club has A scaling with the with strength. Reinforced club only has C scaling. And so early on this is probably better, but long term this is a better option. But for right now, not really.
Thank you kindly.
I hate that guy. I hate a lot of the shopkeepers in this game. Because this is one of those games where if you don't buy anything, they get mad at you. And it's like, how is it my fault in any way, shape, or form that you don't have anything I want? Dark Souls and Elden Ring are two games that, like, watching other people play them just makes me want to play it myself. Not necessarily in a bad way, it's just like, that's just how I feel about it. Like, it's just like, man, this is making me want to play it myself in my own way. And then then either I do or I don't, depending on the situation. Maxor's, like, Elden Ring videos are the same way. Like, they really make me want to play, Elden Ring. Hold on. Okay, go up here and wipe out the archers. There we go. Maybe use another Estus just to be absolutely safe. Okay. Whoa, that's bad. What is... the fuck? Okay. There we go. Yeah, I'm nowhere near perfect at the Taurus team fight. Oh my god, he killed the enemies that were behind the fog door. Oh, shit. Oof. Man, right in the face. God damn it. I might have gotten too used to like the medium rolls or whatever. There we go. I was hoping for like the Tars. You can get Tar Seaman's weapon here. I think it's like a 1% drop or 10% drop or something.
Ah, hello. You don't look
And here's the Sunbro himself.
I am Soler of Astora.
I think this is the earliest point that you can start doing co-op, but don't quote me on that. I like this like lore explanation for multiplayer.
And engage in jolly cooperation.
And here's the bridge of RNG. Whoa. Because half the time it feels like that dragon doing anything is RNG. Let me unlock this shortcut. And use up some of these souls that I've got. Okay, so 24 strength, 18 dex, and 20 of int and faith. I'd probably try to get the other stuff up as high as I can now, and then go from there. And actually, I can show this off while I'm at it. This bridge is actually a really good place for grinding souls early on. Hold on real quick. So I know what I'm supposed to do for this, but I don't know like how to get it to happen consistently. Because half the time it feels like complete RNG whether it'll actually work or not. So I might just grind this a little bit and then go from there, so I'll be right back. Actually, real quick, before I do that, let me try to show something off here. Okay. You know, I don't remember regular poison damaging you this much. Okay, yeah. That's what I thought. Apparently, if you never attempt to bypass a dragon this way, that gate just never closes. It looks like it only closes to try to punish you for trying to bypass a dragon. Or the Drake, so I don't have the footage anymore, but because I just kind of scrapped everything. But when I was recording my previous run, I didn't even try to bypass the dragon. I just tried to get through it normally, and it and when I got past it, that gate was open. Like it never closed. So apparently, if you don't try to bypass the dragon, if you don't try to be cheeky about it, it doesn't close at all, so the lever is worthless. Okay, now I'll be right back. Okay, I've finished my grinding for now. I got a helmet while I was doing that, and I'm gonna attempt to get past the bridge now. God, the fire hitbox is so unpredictable. See? See? And then if you like walk like out here, it just flies off. No. Okay. There's a really funny way to completely cheese the boar. But I'm choosing not to do that with him. I love how I somehow, like, barely got out of the way for that. I didn't even, like, dodge it or anything, really. I just casually moved out of the way. I've gotten that to work a couple times now, and that's always really funny whenever it happens. You can just lure it onto this like fire, onto this like burning body here, and let the fire kill it for you. That guy baiting you is always like the worst. It's not exclusive to this section, but it is but here it feels where it's most prominent, or at least it's where I think of it being most prominent. That like they absolutely shower you with enemies to just completely decimate you. And that's always the most embarrassing thing, is like not even just dying, but like getting killed by something low level that's meant to be, you know, just experienced fodder. There we go. Basement key. Wait. You get the basement key here? I can just go back and fight Capra Demon right now if I wanted to? That is insane. I'm not going to do that. But it's crazy that I can. And here is... Oh, I forgot to kindle that bonfire. I'll have to go back and do that. But, here's Andre the Blacksmith.
Well, you must be a new arrival. I'm Andre of Astora. If you require...
This guy's a recurring character in the Dark Souls games. It's always crazy to me that, like, in this game, they make the Moonlight Greatsword a drop from Seath the Scaleless. Because, like, there's a character named Gwendolyn who has a, who, like, is the leader of a covenant called, like, it's like the Brotherhood of the Dark Moon or something like that. Kind of like the moon variant of, like, kind of like the opposite of, God, I just met the guy and I already forgot his name. Solaire. You know, like Solaire has like like this the Brotherhood of Sunlight Covenant or something like that. Gwendolyn is the leader of like the moon version of that or whatever. So I figured the Moonlight Greatsword would be gotten from him, but no, apparently it's apparently you get it from Seek the Scaleless by cutting his tail off, which is really hard to do. I've tried. There we go. And that guy's a mini boss, so he doesn't respawn. And here's where we get, as far as I know, the earliest Firekeeper soul. Actually, it's either that one or the one in New Londo Ruins that is the earliest one, because the New Londo Ruins one, as far as I know, you can just go straight there and grab it right at the start of the game, versus this one where you have to go quite out of your way. You have to beat Taurus Demon, you have to get through Undead Burg, Undead Parish, all that stuff. So now I've got Estus Flask +1. Well, I may as well rest at this bonfire while I'm here. We never get to, like, you know, payday level horde shooter type deal here. But, yeah. This guy's actually pretty easy if you're careful, because if you, like, a lot of his attacks go, like, straight forward. So if you just stay below him on the staircase, like, they just go right over your head and you don't take any damage. Thankfully, I've still got a bunch of black fire bombs here, so I can just use these to, like, kind of take out a bunch of them at once. Yeah, this is like borderline Musou games level of enemies. And that wizard is like a mini boss, so once he dies, he's gone. He becomes a regular enemy much later down the line, but for right now, yeah, he's just one and done. All that whole huge crowd of enemies that I just killed does come back, but that guy doesn't, so the buff that they get from him doesn't return either. Yeah, see, that's what I mean. Like, he's basically stuck on a lower plane. Oh, I forgot to reverse hollowing, so I can't summon Solaire for this next fight. Although it'll probably make it easier, actually. See, this is what I was talking about. They flood you with enemies. They flood you with low-level enemies to make you get cocky, and then and then you'll just, like, get absolutely slaughtered because they'll just stun lock you. Okay. One thing I actually didn't learn until a little bit later in this game is that, like, when somebody told me about it, is that, and it kind of makes sense, but it just never really occurred to me, that when you summon, you know, helpers to help with boss fights, their health increases to not make it, like, way too easy. And this dude.
Still human, are you?
I don't like Lautrec because if you just leave him to his own devices, he makes Firelink Shrine either temporarily or permanently unusable unless you know, depending on what you choose to do. And Firelink Shrine is a very, very, very important, bonfire. It'd be one thing if he made, like... It would be one thing if he made the one in, like, what's it called? I think it's called, like, the Princess's Chamber bonfire or something. It'd be one thing if he made that one useless because, after the point... Like, after that point in the game, you basically never have to actually go back there. And at the very least, not, at the very least, like, you don't ever have to go back there. Like, there's no reason to fast travel back there. Like, the entire room before it's empty. So you could just run past the giant knights and, you just run past the giant knights and then, like, just run up there to the princess. Because I think she sells, like, a couple spells or something that also aren't very useful if you're not interested in, co-op. Because they're like healing, they're like AoE healing spells. So if you're playing co-op with friends and you want to be healer, they're useful for that. They are, as far as I know, completely, or at least mostly useless on their own. So there's just no point. Okay. I didn't get the gargoyle, like, axe or whatever this time, but I wasn't gonna use it anyway, so it doesn't really matter. There we go. Gargoyle helm. I don't know which game started this. It could have been Dark Souls 2, Dark Souls 3. I don't know, but in I know in Elden Ring at the very least, if you're, like, it'll tell you, like, how heavy you are, like, if your equipment is weighing you down by a certain amount. So it's like if you're barely wearing anything, it'll tell you, like, light load. If you're wearing, like, some light to medium armor, medium load. If you're wearing a lot of really heavy armor and can barely move, let alone, like, dodge or anything, it'll tell you, like, heavy load and stuff. So it's just kind of whatever. But this game doesn't have anything like that, so I'm not sure what game started it. I'm just afraid I'll break something if I mess around with it too much. So. Also, I don't know why this guy's doing a Dio pose. Because that is 100% like a Dio pose or a Frieza pose. But this guy's like, he's at worst completely, like, neutral. Like, he's not evil in the slightest. So the fact that he's doing poses, the fact that he's doing a pose almost exclusively associated with evil characters is really funny to me. Is Framped up yet? It would help if I went the right way. Well, let's see here. No, he isn't. Okay. What are my stats looking like for Zweihander? I need 24. Yeah, okay, I need 24 strength to use Zweihander. Zweihander might be my go-to until I get to the Moonlight Greatsword. Or not Moonlight Greatsword, Greatsword of Artorias. That or Claymore. I enjoy both weapons a lot. Yeah, so we can hear Frampt snoring like he's asleep, but I'm not sure when he wakes up exactly. It's either after reaching Anor Londo for the first time or after ringing both Bells of Awakening. I just rang one. So he might wake up after the next one, but I'm not sure. I'm really glad to see that that your physical like resistances, your defense and stuff, your defenses just automatically go up when you level up. You don't have to dedicate that to specific stats or anything. Yeah, so for a little while, this is probably gonna be exclusively like I'm gonna have probably pretty low health and stuff for this. Yeah, the next battle, the next boss that I'm gonna fight is Capra Demon, and I'm not excited for that. I have a lot of frustrations with the Capra Demon fight, or at least with, like, the area you fight him in. Because I swear, like, the arena is the true boss fight there. It's... The arena you fight Capra Demon in is the true boss fight. I've still got a bunch of those Souls of Lost Undead and large Souls of Lost Undead because I haven't used them yet because, like I said, I figured out that it's actually much more worthwhile to save those up and use them when you, and just do something else with them later than it is to... Have I gotten any armor or anything? No. I think I theoretically could get, like, the Elite Knight Armor right now. Because of, like, where physically that is. But I'm not sure if I want to try to do that yet. I've got a strategy in mind for Capra Demon. I just am very inconsistent with it. That's my main problem. Because the strategy that I want to do is how I beat him last time, but, like, but even then it still took a few attempts. Like, I am not consistent with it. Other than that, Twin Humanities, I'm not aware of anything down here to really go out of your way for. At least not in this, like, back area.
Somebody, help me. Damn, I'm out.
Okay. Oh, and this guy teaches you some pyromancy, I think?
You opened the door for me.
Pyromancy or sorcery? No, pyromancy is somebody else. This guy's sorcery.
I thought
I
I
remember
would
now.
never escape. I am Griggs of Vindheim, a sorcerer of the school. I am much obliged for your assistance. Thanks to you, I may now resume my travels.
And if you release this, did you get this guy's outfit and a sorcerer's catalyst if you want to go into sorcery? I don't, but you can. I'm gonna be increasing my int quite a bit anyway for it's a potentially, well, for one thing I need it for Greatsword of Artorias, but also I'm gonna want it for Moonlight Greatsword potentially later. Okay, so this thief, because that's what these guys are, I think, undead thieves or hollow thieves or something. This thief literally just ran into this burning pile of bodies and died. Yeah, this game's dark in places. Like, it's dark fantasy, it's kind of what you expect, but at the same time, it's like it'll have like these moments of like borderline whimsy, and then like suddenly there'll just be a dead body on a pike that's on fire, and you're like, ooh, better not get too happy. Do I want the... Okay, I'm down to the medium weight roll. When I was doing lightweight roll earlier. I might have enough souls for one level up right now, but not sure. Also, I need to be careful because there's another thief around the corner there. Yeah, so my defense is already a lot better right now. And as far as I know, you have to fight Capra Demon. You can't just skip it. Unfortunately. I feel like it's like one of the only bosses in the whole game that everybody universally would skip if they could. Okay, so I'm gonna attempt Capra Demon now. I'm not talking to her right now, but that merchant there gives you... She sells you some decent stuff. Like, she sells you the mosses for getting rid of various status ailments. She sells you... She also sells, purging stones, but she sells them at, like, double the price that the guy up in the bell tower sells them for. So... She sells them, like... You could argue it's like a convenience fee, but, like... A convenience fee, I would imagine, would be, like, maybe 500 to 1,000 more souls than the other guy does. Not literally double what he sells them for. Because that guy sells them for 3,000, she sells them for 6,000. So that's like a 100%... Or... Yeah, that's like a 100% convenience tax on those is what that is. But let's see here. Let me heal up. Again, I've got a strategy in mind, I'm just not consistent with it, so... Especially not when I get just completely bombarded right at the start there. God damn it! There's basically not going to be anything in the little blood puddle there, whatever it's called, so I'm just not going to worry about it. See, you just get stuck on shit. It's awful. Okay, I got it, I got it. Damn it. See, this is what I was talking about before, that, like, I'm not consistent with this, but you see what I'm going for. Okay. I think the game knew I was stuck, so it forced me out of there. Whoa. God, no! Damn it! Ugh. Hey. I was literally stuck. I physically could not move. That was bullshit. Okay, dogs are gone. You gotta fear and heal up. Okay. All right. May as well heal up. Your best bet is to always just heal up any damage you take, as long as you can spare the Estus. There we go. Got it. Oh. That is not worth 6,000 souls, in my honest opinion. Like, it's just not. They really should have given you more for that. Okay. I want to... Part of me is tempted to just go straight down, but I want to heal up, so... I want to heal up, I want to restore my Estus. But yeah, like... Honestly, the thing that makes Bed of Chaos really funny to me more than anything is... If you think about it, it's a boss. It's a late game boss that dies in 3 hits. Not even an exaggeration, in my opinion. Okay. 4 more strength, and then I can use the... I can switch over confidently to the, what is it called? The, Zweihander. And I can also start prioritizing my faith and instats to get them to 20.
Ah, hello there. I have your reward. Please, accept it. I am grateful to you for freeing me. Not enough for you? Well, let's not be greedy now.
I don't like this dude. I could kill him right now, but he's actually pretty hard for this point in the game, so I'm gonna hold off on that. He gives you a really good item if you kill him. One of the best items in the game, even. Do I have any transient curses? I could potentially go for something right now. No, I don't. Okay. Okay, yeah, that's what I figured, but I wasn't sure. Oh. 2 transient curses right here. Alright. I'm playing a very risky game going for this now, but theoretically, doing this means you can fight the 4 kings really early, like right at the start of the game if you wanted to. I mean, you need to go to... You do need to get the Covenant of Artorias from Sif, so... Like, and as far as I remember, apart from the Hydra, there's nothing stopping you from just getting back right now, too. And the Hydra technically isn't even gatekeeping it. Like, you can just run past it. It'll probably... Its projectiles will probably destroy you before you get near it, but, like, you can theoretically do it, I think. At a certain point, you're probably better off just using transient curses to fight these guys because, like, they're not very expensive for one thing. The shopkeeper, like, Hollow Lady, sells them. I mean, they're probably expensive if you buy them from her, but she sells them. So they're an option there. And those enemies, as you saw, drop, like, sometimes, they don't always drop them, but when they do, they drop 2 of them. If you kill a lot of them on 1 use, he didn't. Okay, thankfully he did not. Right, okay. I was really scared that he did it early this time, but I don't think he does it until you go to Anor Londo, thankfully, so... For now, it's okay. But yeah, the Capra Demon has the key to the depths, so you can't skip it. Having the Master Key, I think, lets you skip straight to Valley of Drakes and then go to Blighttown from there, because I don't think anything's blocking the door. I don't think the door to Blighttown is locked from the Valley of Drakes. So if you either choose the thief as your starting, build, and then use the master key, or just choose the master key as your starting gift, like, you might be able to sequence break that way, but I didn't do either of those here, so... Yeah, my mentality was I'll probably just play through the whole game normally anyway, so what difference does it make? I have no idea what that weapon he has in his left hand is. I don't think he ever uses it. There we go. Damn. Oh, the dog that's next to him counts as a mini-boss, too. That's interesting. I don't know why, but it does. Yeah, backstabbing does not do so much damage as I wish it did. There we go. There's another one that shows up a little bit later, but... Oh, here's the large ember. So it's at this point that you can start upgrading weapons, I think. What is this? I've never seen that. I'm not going to do it right now. I might save that for later, but yeah, I've never seen that before. I need to remember, like, not every weapon is the Chaos Blade. It actually is worthwhile to use the heavy attack on some of them. Because it's ridiculous, because despite being a Dex weapon, which Dex is more speed-oriented than strength, than, like, overall damage-oriented.
Yeah, yes, you.
Here,
Didn't smell me.
Okay.
Thank you. I would have been at supper without you. Been eaten alive. I shudder to think. Thank you. Thank you dearly. I am Laurentius, of the Great Spawn. I will not forget my debt to you.
Okay.
Oh, hello there. I'm fine, thanks to you.
Yeah, so you can talk to him in Firelink Shrine and get the pyromancy flame from him. I might just do that actually, because it'll be kind of obnoxious to get back here later, and there's a pyromancy spell that I'd like to get for an upcoming boss fight.